Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, good morning student. I am Kanti sir, teaching mathematics in 10th English medium. Actually, we are going through objective sections of second and then first lesson. In first lesson, we just solve, or I gave you hint of few sums, okay, up to number 18. Now, from 18 onwards, there is a answer the following by a number or word or a sentence. VSQ is there. Now look there, number 19. So, chapter 1, worksheet. We already solved lesson number 2, or already I given hint to most of questions of lesson number 2 and few of lesson number 1 also. Now from 19 onwards, in a 19, given positive integer a and b, there exists a unique integer q and r satisfying a is equal to bq plus r. So that is nothing but a Euclid division level. In this statement, r should be smaller than which number? Obviously, divisor. Divisor is b. So r should be smaller than b. b is divisor. Okay. What is the SC of 65 and 117? I think that is repeating. Okay. Same types of question asked in 16 also. In 16 number. Okay. So you can find it. 21. LCM of 36 in 100. That also you can find it. 22. After how many places of decimal does the decimal expansion 751 upon 2 raised to 4, 5 raised to 2 where terminate? So, by maximum number of degree in the factorization form of denominator. So, factorization form of denominator is 2 raised to 4, 5 raised to 2. So, here is maximum degree is 2. Okay. I am talking about number 22. Question number 22. So, after 4 digits, that decimal expansion will stop. Okay. So by looking at maximum degree of prime factorization, you can give answer. 23. State the smallest positive integer which is divisible by 28 and 63 both. Actually, most of students cannot decide that whether asked is the HCF or LCM. Whatever is being asked, either HCF or LCM. So I now give you few hints. Either understand whole question. That is the first thing, main thing. If you don't understand, then look at that word, particular keyword. Here you can notice one word is there. Smallest. Smallest. Now from that smallest word, you just compare with HCF and LCM full form. HCF and LCM full form. So in LCM there is a least word, least common multiple or lowest common multiple, least or lowest. So they are synonyms. So we have to find LCM. So this is the second. First you understand fully, you can automatically understand either HCF or LCM required. Second thing, by keyword only you can say whether HCF is required or LCM. Third, expected answer should be greater or smaller than given number. Expected answer should be greater or smaller than given number. According to that also you can decide. If it is greater than given number, then obviously it will be multiple. And if it is smaller than given number, then obviously it will be factor. So according to last word, LCM, M for multiple, HCF, F for factor. So either from first letter, otherwise from second letter also you can decide. Okay, here also, look in this sense. Smallest positive answer which is divisible, which is that expected number is divisible by both these numbers, means that should be multiple of both given numbers. Okay, so LCM is required. Anyway, either from smallest, otherwise think that expected number should be bigger in multiple of given number, then only that can be divisible by given number. Okay, so LCM is required. How to find LCM, that you know, but why LCM, that is important. Okay, so you have to find LCM in 23. Okay, next in 24, the decimal expansion 256 upon 125 is non-terminating repeating. Non-terminating repeating. Look at 125. By denominator's prime factorization, you can decide whether it is terminating or non-terminating repeating. Two options are there. If any p by q form number is there, then are two options. Either it is terminating, otherwise non-terminating. So 125 is nothing but a 5 raised to 3. So if in the factorization of denominator there are only 2, only 5, or 2 and 5 both only, no other number, then it is always terminating. So it is terminating, and they telling that it is non-terminating. So the statement is false. 25. HCF of 25 and 52 is 1. Obviously, they are co-prime number. If you try to factorize them and finding HCF, then HCF will be 1 only. Okay. So it is 2. 26. The decimal expansion of 87 upon 2 raised to 5, 5 raised to 2 terminate after 7 decimal place. No, false. Just look maximum degree, not total of both degree. So here is 2 raised to 5, 5 raised to 2. So it terminate after 5 decimal places, not 7. So false. Number 27, pi is a rational number. Pi is irrational number. Remember this. Pi is an irrational. Why? Because actually we are taking its value 22 by 7 or 3.14. That is not its exact value. Both are approximate value. Okay. So basically these are rational, but actually we are taking rational value, but actually pi is irrational number, non-terminating, non-triggering. Non-terminating, non-triggering. So pi is irrational number. Okay, so false. 28. That is formula only, that is right. HCF into LCM is equal to product of both numbers, right? Okay, so that is true. 28 is true. Okay. So I hope most of question we go through fast. Now 1, 2. Then now look at number 14 also. See. First one. In some data, z given 10 and x bar 25. So in statistics, chapter 14, mostly this formula is used. 3m equal to z plus 2x bar. That empirical formula relating mean, median and mode. 3 times median equal to mode plus 2 times mean. So use this formula and find out remaining one, missing one. Okay. Now number 2. Z minus m equal to 2 and mean is equal to 4. So again same formula is used. Okay. Now one value is given and one equation is given. So z minus m equal to 2 and mean means x bar equal to 4. What to find z? Z is required. Okay. Z minus m equal to 2, x bar equal to 4. Z is not given. So in this formula, remove m and z both. Sorry, m and x bar both. Why? Because you required z. So remaining both should be removed whenever one equation and one value given. So just remove unnecessary variable. Remove extra variable which is not asked. Okay. Then only you can find required one. Why? Because from one equation only one variable can be found, not more than one. So write down x bar 4. Okay, formula I written there. Now in place of m, I can write z minus 2. Why? Z minus m equal to 2. So m equal to, m comes here. So 2 comes there. So z minus 2 equal to m. Now just solve this one. So 3z minus 6 equal to z plus 8. So 3z minus z equal to 8 plus 6. Okay, 15. So 2z equal to 14. So z equal to 7. Okay. So whenever one equation and one value is given, at that time only write again empirical formula, and what is not asked should be removed. So m is not asked, x bar is not asked. Asked is only z. So remove both ones by either value, otherwise by equation. So at last you will have that required variable. Now number 3, that was number 2. So in number 3, two equations are given, simultaneous equations. X bar minus z equal to 2 and x bar plus z equal to 5. Just solve this equation. By adding both equations, minus z plus z cancel out, so 2x bar equal to 7. So what left? X bar equal to 7 by 2. So x bar equal to 7 by 2 means 3.5. So you get one variable. Either use first one or second one. You will have second one also. So now use second one. So by 2, x bar 3.5 plus z equal to 5. So z equal to 5 minus 3.5. So z equal to 1.5. So we got both variable, means we just solve both simultaneous equations by elimination method. Now use that formula. After getting both ones, you can find third one very easily, just like question number 1. So use that formula, 3m equal to z plus 2x bar. So write down both values, z equal to 1.5 and 2, x bar is 3.5. So it is 1.5 plus 7. So it is 8.5. Okay. 3m equal to 8.5. So m equal to 8.5 divided by 3. Okay. So 8.5 divided by 3. So 3 to the 6. 2 left. 25. 3 8 the 24. 1 left. 3 3 the 9. Okay. So is equal to approximately 2.83. So our median becomes 2.83. Actually that option is not given. Okay. But answer is that only. Okay. So write down at any one option 2.83 and that is our answer. Okay. Now 4 and 5, many students ask this difficulty. Actually there is a one statement in statistics. I am writing that statement in statement form, that concept in statement form and in symbolic form both. Sum of deviation of observation, of each observation from mean is 0. Sum of deviation, deviation means difference, but difference of what? Observation and mean, it is 0. So sum means sigma, summation of observation minus mean is 0. So that is it. If there are 10 observations, then I can write I equal to 1 to 10, I equal to 1 to 20. If of 25 observations, then I can write 1 to 25, but that is not important. Okay, so sum of deviation, but deviation of what? So of each observation from mean is 0. So that is one concept. So in 5 number, directly answer will be 0. Why? This only concept is asked. Now look at number 4. They have given sigma xi minus 15 equal to 0. Now compare both this one. Obviously xi minus x bar only 0. So this is nothing but a what? X bar. So x bar equal to nothing but a 15. So in fifth one 0 answer and fourth one 15 answer. So you just remember this one and understand that if you take difference of each observation with mean and then sum of all this difference, then it becomes 0. Okay, so that is the concept. Now I think remaining all are of simple type of. Okay, mean of first 5 prime number, you know, mean are prime number are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. Make sum, divide by 5. Median give us 7. In number 8 again median is asked. It number 9. Okay, it is printed 8 but 9. Find the following data, the model class. Model class means what? The class having maximum frequency. So maximum frequency is 18. So model class is 10 to 20. Okay. In 10, median class. In same example, median class. So for finding median class, uses prepare column of CFI. After preparing CFI column, you can find which one is the median class. Okay, we already solved many questions of this type. But after finding median class, don't find median. So don't write that formula L plus n by 2 minus CF upon F multiply S. That is not required. Only median class. Okay. Mode is asked. Okay. So you can find it. Write name of all three methods for finding mean. You know. Give formula which relate mean, median and mode. That is empirical formula. Which measure of central tendency is found graphically? Median. Only median can be found graphical. By drawing graph, only median can be found. What is OSI? OSI is a one type of cumulative frequency curve. We will discuss it later on when school reopens. Okay. So OSI is nothing but cumulative frequency curve. Okay, and we will draw also this types of graph. Okay, but now it is not possible at home. Okay. What is the difference between discrete and continuous frequency? In first lecture only of this lesson we already discussed. Discrete frequency distribution means no classes are there, and in continuous frequency distribution means classes are there. Okay. Now if you look at question number 8 of main question number 3, sub question number 8, that data is discrete frequency distribution. Main question number 3, sub question number 8, that data is discrete frequency distribution. Remaining all are continuous frequency distribution. Now you understand the difference. Okay, in your own language you can write it. Okay. Now we solve that question only, number 8 of main question number 3. What is given? Actually that is not class. It is only xi. Okay, instead of there here write xi. In F5, 8, 7, 5, 12, 8. What is asked? Median. So for median, CFI is always required. So 8 plus 7, 15 plus 5, 20, 32, 40. So n becomes 40. Now, here is no class. So if classes may be there, then we can find first of all median class and then median. But now, if no classes are there, then at first answer only we will have median directly, no median. Not that formula is used, n by 2 minus CF upon F. Okay. So now n by 2 becomes 20. N by 2 becomes 20. So whenever n is even, so this is of discrete type. Whenever without class data is there, at that time, don't use that L plus n by 2 minus CF formula. Use that formula. If n is even, then m equal to, median equal to n by 2 observation plus n by 2 plus 1th observation divided by 2. That is the formula. Okay. So now n is even. So n by 2 means 40 by 2. So 20th number observation. Then plus 1 means 21st observation divided by 2. I just using formula. N equal to 40. So 40 by 2, 20. Then 40 by 2, 20 plus 1, 21. So 20th observation plus 21st observation. But 20th observation is not 20. This is a number, just like your roll number. So 20th observation is what? 13. And 21st number means 21st number is between these two numbers, so it is 40. So 13 plus 14 divided by 2. Again, understand that most of students make total of 20 and 21, then divide by 2. That is wrong. Why? 20 and 21 its sequence, not its value. So find out value. 20th number is 13. Now 21st is not actually here, but it is between these two numbers, so means 14 is our 21st number observation. Why? From 21 to 30 all are 14. Okay. So it will be 27 by 2. So 13.5 will be our answer. Okay. And if n is not even, write down this formula. It is given in textbook also. Okay. Suppose n is odd, then m equal to n plus 1 by 2 observation. These two are different. Oh, n by 2 plus 1. Here n plus 1 by 2. Why? Because odd number cannot be divided by 2. So first add 1, then divide by that only observation. Not taking average. Only one number is there directly. So in this one, directly you will give, you can get answer. Okay. So these two are formula for finding median whenever there are no class, means no continuous but discrete data is there. Okay. So solve these types of data differently, not just like other ones. Okay, I think then missing frequency sum we temporarily skip also. Okay, from textbook and here also. We will solve later on. Now come at lesson number 15. Lesson number 15. Objective 1, probability. Look one by one. In mathematics exam, the probability of IOC to score 50 out of 50. So when there is a total marks of a paper are given, suppose I have taken test of 50 marks, then I can give marks 0 to 50 anyone. You can get 0 marks also. 1 mark, 2 mark, 3 marks, same way 49, 50. Okay. So there are total 51 possibility, not 50. In 50 marks test, total outcome can be 51. By 0 also be allotted. And what is favorable? We get 50 marks. Our favorable outcome is getting 50 only. So any one. So 1 upon 51 is there. Don't write here value. Value, no value. Favorable outcome, number of favorable outcome, total number of outcome. So total number of outcomes 51 and favorable outcome only 1. Okay, because we are talking about any one number 50, whether it is 50, 40, 13, 2 or any number, that probability always 1 upon 51. Okay, so answer will be 1 upon 51. Keep in mind the probability of event, it is from 0 to 1. Okay, so actually there is a mistake in C and D. In option C and D, write down at last 0, not 0 to 0, but 0 to 1. Okay, so C will be our answer. P of T anyway. So 0 to 1. Here is 1, not 0. And D also. Okay, so option C is answer. Number 3. That is simple only. We already gone through this types of sum. 4, 5. Okay. Number 6. P of A 0.8. Then P of A bar 0.2. Why? Subtract from 1. Subtract from 1. In 7 also, subtract from 1. So 1 minus 3 by 5, 2 by 5. We already solved so many sums of this type. In number 8, P of E is to P of E bar. E bar means complementary. Is equal to 5 is to 7. Then P of E. In this type of sum, you can you can find directly answer also. How? I just give you short trick. Okay. Number 8. What is as P of E? What is its number 5? P of E's number is 5 and P of E bar's number is 7. So answer of P of E becomes 5 upon 12. Why? Its number upon total. Suppose you were asked P of E bar, then it might be 7 upon 12. You understand directly without that method. Okay. So directly you can give answer. P of E means its own number upon total. P of E bar, its own number upon total. Now Question related to day. In a year or in a month, what is the probability of getting particular number? In a month, they ask always of 5th time repetition, and in a year, they always ask 53 times repetition of particular day. Why? In any year, 52 complete weeks are there, or in any month, 4 complete weeks are there. So in a month, 4 weeks are complete. In a year, 52 weeks are complete. So always they ask regarding either 5 or 53 times repetition of any one day. Day is not important, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Friday or Sunday. That is not important. But always your answer will be reminder upon 7. Okay, 7 will be fixed. You just get reminder. But how to get reminder? So for reminder, you just divide total days, total number of days, divide by 7. After getting this, quotient is not important yet. Whatever you got here, reminder, that is important. That should be taken here. Okay. Suppose I want to solve 9. Then in 9, probability of a non-leap year, it is regarding year. 53 is not important for us. 5 is not important for us whenever month is there. We just concerned with total number of days. So total number of days are year 365. So if I divide 365 by 7, why? It is non-leap year. Okay, if it is leap year, then 366. So here 7 4s are 28, 7 5s are 35, sorry, 7 5s are 35. 1 left, 7 2s are 40. Okay, 1. So 1 is required here, so 1 by 7 will be answered. Okay, reminder is important for us. Okay, and if it is non-leap year, 365, leap year 360. In February also remember, if it is leap year 29, non-leap year 28. Okay, so I think almost remaining all are of this type, day related. And now look at 16 like this, sun rising in the south, obviously impossible, so 0. What is the probability of scoring 75 marks in 100 marks? 1 upon 101. 1 upon 101, just like first one. Objective number first. What is the probability of scoring marks more than 40 and less than 50? More than 40, less than 50 means either 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So 9 numbers are favorable. Okay. So 9 upon 101. 9 upon 101. Why? Because 101 we already discussed. Why? Because 0 can be also allotted. Okay. Then just understand table and give answer. So remaining all questions are almost same type of. Okay. So nothing is new there. Okay. So now we end our this objective session. Okay. We almost seen different or some twisted MCQs. Okay. Even then, if you have any difficulty, then you can ask that. And as you know, we keep one question from exercise 2.3. Okay. So we will solve first of all that question in next session, and then we start new lesson. Okay. So far only we end at that point. Okay. And homework, today's homework is nothing but just go through all objective questions. Okay. Because that is whole worksheet you have to write in your fair book. Okay. So just go through all objective questions. Because I solved few sums, remaining all hints are given. So according to that you have to solve it and prepare your